Well, for one thing, most companies aren't studying the issue of gender as it relates to business. So, for example, if you enrolled in a college course right now that had the word gender in it, it would likely have nothing to do with business and would probably be about the political history of the women's liberation movement or human sexuality, but it wouldn't have anything to do with business. And in a world where women so dominate consumer purchasing, it is a blinding oversight that we don't study gender psychology as it relates to consumer purchasing.
Because you're saying that it's like really scientific, that there's something in the brain that we think differently than men.
Well, absolutely, and our roles are very different. So, for example, in virtually every society in the world, women have primary responsibility for both children and the elderly, and just about everybody in between. So this means that when a woman goes shopping, she's looking at her purchases through the lens of other people's wants and needs. And this really impacts how she makes purchasing decisions.
Right, I understand that. Like, so when I buy something, I think about how's this going to affect the whole my kids. Whereas you're saying men do a little bit more impulse buying.
Well, for most men, they don't have the role of primary shopper for their households. So their frame of reference is different when they're out in the shopping landscape. But women are constantly evaluating other people's wants and needs when they buy. And they also are thinking about things like, for example, if I'm buying my father-in-law a birthday present and it's a shirt, I'll think, gee, I hope this present fits him and I hope he likes it, because if he doesn't, I'm probably the one that has to go back to the store to return it.
Okay, I get that.
So the implications are there as well.
But here's the thing. As much as I do think it's changing in that women are running the households, I actually think the other side is changing too. I mean, with women running households or maybe getting having better paying jobs, men are taking on a lot more responsibility. Heck, the cover of Business Week, Bloomberg Business Week this week was about how, she goes to work, he stays home. So the roles are changing on that end as well.
Well, the roles are starting to change, it's true, but still women will often default to the roles that they saw their mothers play when they're in the household and feel like it's part of their responsibility in some ways as a woman, as a wife, as a mother, to fulfill some of these duties. And the interesting thing from a demographic standpoint is women are getting married later in life. So last year, the White House report on women and girls came out, and it showed that the average college-educated woman now gets married at the ripe old age of 30. So what you have are women who are young and single who have the kind of disposable income that their mothers and grandmothers could have only imagined.
Yeah, I'm with you. Okay, so give me an example of a company that does it all wrong.
That does it all wrong. Well, I would have to say that an example of something that people get wrong across the board and across industry is the overuse of the color pink for adult women.
Oh, amen,
So
sister.
a lot of companies. Now, I like pink as much as the next person, but unless you're raising money for breast cancer, what you see companies do across a bunch of industries is they'll come out with a product and then they'll create a pink version that's just for women. And the overuse of pink, it just shows a lack of imagination. I always say pink is not a strategy. And women are often suspicious of products that are put out in the marketplace for ladies only.
Yes, you're right. I remember someone tried to tell me, wanted me to go out and buy this pink toolkit. Hammer was pink, wrench was pink, the box, everything was pink. But I wasn't sure it would work. Thank God my stepfather bought me like the real man tools. I have those in my house. No pink tools. That's just weird. All right.
Well, it's funny. Yeah. I mean, and if those had been ergonomically designed for the average size of a woman's hand and a woman's grip, then that would be different, because that would be substantive, and real.
Right. But it doesn't have to be pink to fit my hand. All right, so the name of her book is Why She Buys, the new strategy for reaching the world's most powerful consumers. Check it out. Bridget Brennan, that was great. Thank you so much.